Hey, you are tuned in to Two Gems and a Mic with hosts Tanisha the Diva Mahomes and Linda LD Dorsey. Just know, if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. Unwind and enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome in to another episode of Two Gems and a Mic. I'm your girl LD, along with my girl Tanisha the Diva Mahomes.
Hey, Linda.
What's going on?
We about to get into it because you know I'm happy about them Cowboys. You
Oh,
know
I
it.
know you are.
Let's
I know you
go.
are. And I'm sad
Let's
about
do
my
this.
Giants. So
I know
we'll get
you
to
are.
football in a second, but we're gonna jump off. Let's talk about FIFA World Cup. I mean, I get into it every time. I'm not a crazy soccer fan. I'll watch some, soccer or football, as we say, but yeah, that game against the Saudis, Saudi Arabia and Argentina, what an upset. What an upset.
What an amazing upset. When I tell you they done made a national holiday.
Yes.
What?
Yes. Saudi Arabia declared a national holiday the day after they won that game. I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, more to come. We're going to see some more upsets and whatever.
Oh, yeah,
United
absolutely.
States tied with Wales. I think we should have won. That was a dumb penalty that we had. They gave him a penalty kick. As the commentator said, and I don't know as much as they do, of course, but it just seemed like we weren't as aggressive as we could have been. Should have won that match, but we did not. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of controversy going on surrounding the World Cup and what's going on in Qatar. So, Germany got turned away. Anything going on with the LGBTQ community. You can't wear hats with rainbows. They took, what was it? The armbands off.
One Love armband. The captains, all captains had that one Love armband, and they made them remove it, which I thought.
So they really tightened it down. I know they have their own laws. I know people have traditions or whatever is going on in these countries, but I think that some of these countries or whatever you're doing, they need to be vetted and to not, I guess it's, I don't know if it's not sanctions or whatever, but they did threaten that if somebody did something, they would be arrested. It's just a lot going on, and that's not the stuff that you want to see.
Well, the drinking, I'm shocked at the drinking though, because I'm going to tell you, I had one experience at a soccer game. I'm married to a Panamanian, and that we went to a Panamanian Honduras soccer game, and it was incredible. It was wild. And when I tell you the beer, every time someone scored, beer cups went to flying and drinks and everything and water bottles. So when they said no drinking, I'm like,
well, no drinking in the stadium, with the pitch. But if you noticed, and I was watching, there's tables of beers all over the place set up. So you can go out in the lobby or the concession area and down 10 beers if you want to drink 10 beers and go back out drunk. So I really wasn't understanding, and maybe I missed it. Need to do a little more research to find out
maybe just
why you couldn't have it in the stadium. Could be.
Because like I said, they throw the cups and stuff. So maybe that's their logic behind it. We're gonna spend a lot of time every score getting stuff off the field. It's if you're hyped.
That's why you're making all that money. It ain't like they're not making money off of it. So and I don't drink, so it's not here nor there for me. But that's all a part of it. The people that have their beers, they do this, they do that. So I don't know, but that aside, I don't want to take away from it because these people have waited for years. We haven't seen the U.S. in there, so of course I'm pulling for the U.S. They haven't fared well over the years, so I'm looking forward to what's coming. In this rest of this pool play and these rounds to come up. So should be exciting. So stay tuned for that. If you're not watching, it's fun to watch. But let's jump into the American football, and we're gonna bring our boy in, Darren. We're gonna start off with our week 11 recap. What's up, Darren?
What's up, ladies? You know what I'm here to do. I'm here to smack it, flip it, and rub it down. Oh no, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it together. Let's get it started.
All right. I ain't mad at you. You got me hyped about these recaps. Let's start with the one that's the closest, the near and dearest to my heart. How about them Cowboys and them Vikings? What?
I didn't see it coming.
Cowboys go out there and beat the brakes off of them? Can we at least
say
that?
Absolutely did. They
That was
I
a good
know
win.
it was a great win to me. I didn't see it coming like that. Cowboys, yeah, I said last week I was pulling for the Vikings, but of course I am because I'm a Giants fan. But I did not see them
Of course I am.
winning in here. I ain't never pulling for the Cowboys. But
Yeah, we had that talk.
yeah, and they just convincingly, and it was to a point where the network said, "Hey, we're going to go to a more competitive game." It was boring to watch. After the first one, you keep saying, "Okay, where's Jefferson? Where's Thielen? Where's this one? Is Kirk gonna make a pass?" Kirk couldn't get off.
Dude, I hung in there longer than most just because I had so many DraftKings games going on. I figured Dak out. I was playing Dak. I was like, leave him in there for a few minutes longer. But other than that, dude, that game probably most people turned that game off at halftime. Nobody saw the end of that. And no way in the world I thought they would only got a field goal. I mean, you got Jefferson, you got Thielen, you got talent for days, you got Cook on there. I mean, there's no way in the world you should come away with 3 points. Now
That that
Grant,
defense showed the defense that everybody was
yeah,
looking for last week. They
yeah,
they showed up. That defense was a
yeah.
powerful defense. They showed what
Hmm.
everybody's been talking about. So it was a very impressive Cowboys team that we watched.
It was. I loved everything about it.
Yeah,
Everything.
I mean, and for me, it was one of those things you wanted to see how the Cowboys would bounce back after blowing a 14-point lead to Green Bay, and the fact that they bounced back with what many consider the most complete game this NFL season on all facets, on offense, defense, and
Yep.
special teams. I think it was a huge win for them. It's also a statement game too. I mean, to do that to a team that knocked off Buffalo last week on the road there,
Hmm.
and then to go to their place and just shellac them in the manner in which they did. I mean, hell, it's even got Jerry Jones believing in Dak Prescott now. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was a huge win for the
Oh, yeah, the
Cowboys.
Vikings. The Vikings at this point are owned by the NFC East. Philly and Dallas own them. So,
Yeah.
but I was impressed too with their running game. I mean, you had Pollard was running well.
Oh
Zeke did
God,
what he
yes.
needed to do.
Yes.
They just looked good overall. I mean, that 1-2 punch.
That's what I was
Um,
about to say. I think we just need to come to the realization that that's a 1-2 punch. Let Pollard get in there, and then when we get on that line, that size matter. Let Zeke do his thing, power on up in there, and I think we got a little recipe for disaster for some folks. So
yep.
I'm excited, especially maybe this week. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk
Hmm.
about that.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the Chiefs and the Chargers.
man, I ain't gonna lie. That is my nephew. But that dude went
Well,
out there and did his damn thing.
yeah, well, Darren, you probably didn't know, but we were on the phone with Tanisha. So of course that's another time where you gotta Tanisha's like, I'm going to bed. I was like, man, stay on here and ride it out. We're gonna see what's gonna let the boy do his
Yeah.
thing. And he
Dude.
did his thing. I mean, I thought it showed for me, it showed a lot about the Chiefs with what they had. Tony went out, defensive Thornhill went out, and the Chiefs just stuck together. It was like they got stronger and stronger during the game. You can't say enough about Travis Kelsey. I mean, setting,
Man, what?
NFL records, and when it's time, he's a Charger killer. I mean, he kills a lot of teams, but he's a Charger killer. You were
Yeah,
there,
they beat them
Darren.
with the yeah they beat them with the same play what they did in overtime last year.
Sure
And
did.
look, I tried to and look, we've had this conversation off air over the last couple of years. Is that I don't like to bestow greatness just on anyone, or even put great, especially because I need it's not that you only have to have a body work, but you have to do it over a period of time. And even though when we first got together, Patrick had already been to AC Championship game, won a Super Bowl, and was on his way taking his team to another Super Bowl. It's one of those things where my thing is I want to see it spread out over a number of years, and he had to at least be doing it, minimum of 5 years. But I'm not putting him in a category with Brady stuff just yet because he still got some more championships. And again, Brady is different because he's playing 20 plus years. This is Pat's fifth complete year, though it's a 6 year overall. And from what I've seen from his body work in his 5 year span, I mean he's playing great football, and it's it is time to where you know, I don't have a problem each year in year out where Patrick is the favorite to win the MVP. His play and everything is deserving of that. Plus, winning matters to me, and leadership and the things that he does has been, is what you expect for someone to be an MVP. And to you all's point about that game, I like that the rookies, Pacheco, Sky Moore finally got a chance to step up. Justin Watson, got
Fortson.
some good, Jody Fortson, yeah, he had the big
Mm-hmm.
long play, and I like that. Kansas City always go by the next man up mentality when it comes if somebody goes down. Hey, the next man up is expected to go out there and do the same thing that the starter does because that's how they feel like they coach their backups to be starters. So, everything that you've seen all your life, Tanisha, with him, and of course Linda, you as well. And what I've been able to see since I've been covering him since he's been here the last 6 years is we got something special here. And I'll put it out there on our show this week that are we looking at Kansas City's version of a Michael Jordan, of a Tom Brady, to where you know, week in, week out, you don't know what you're going to see. You don't know what he's going to do where something spectacular may take place. And if nothing else, you always have a chance to win. Unless you have a situation like Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl where where you just decimate on the offensive line, you are always in a ball game with Patrick Mahomes leading this offense. And look, you can say whatever you want about Kelsey, but man, I mean, the man is just you can't get
Yeah,
a good shot on him, and he's so wiggly. When it comes
yeah.
to him being 6'5", and you can't get a good hit on him. So, look, man, we got something special here in Kansas City that, and I can't lie, I feel selfishly that it's a blessing in disguise to be able to cover your nephew on a daily basis. So.
Well, you know what, Darren? I'm not gonna lie. He goes out there and he impresses week in and week out. And even um when he doesn't do what he needs to do to get the job done, at least he takes accountability. And we'll talk about not taking accountability in a little bit in a little bit when we talk about another quarterback. But this is a good time for football because you're talking about Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Burrows, Fields. There's a lot of young talent. I'm
Tua,
not leaving anybody. Dude,
don't
that's what
leave
I'm saying.
Tua out.
I'm not trying to
Yeah,
leave
yeah.
anybody out. Tua, there is good talent. We are going to get some good football for the next few years. And I'm excited about the NFL and what we're about to see for the future. I mean, these young guys, dude, they're doing their thing. And I mean, it's not just one. I mean, like I said, you see a Patrick Josh Allen matchup, it almost shut TV down. You see a Tua and Josh, it almost shut TV down. These guys are out there giving the fans exactly what you pay for, and I'm excited about what the future holds with NFL
And I
guys.
and I agree with you 100% there, Tanisha. I get tired sometimes of hearing the comparisons. I take each player for their body of work, right?
Oh hell yeah!
So, you don't compare, right? I mean, it's natural too. You're going to look at the statistics and all that. But, it's like I'm looking and reading where people saying, oh, don't compare Tua to Patrick. No, don't compare either one of them. Tua's doing what he needs to do for his team.
Man,
Right?
winning.
And they say, oh, he only, and Patrick only has one more game than him. That dude wasn't right in either one of them games. I say it's 2 games less. But none of that
At
matters. Josh
least.
Allen, yeah, Josh had a bad day. Are you going to take away from the type of athlete that he is? No. Are you the quarterback that he is? Justin Fields. I mean, he was playing on a hurt shoulder. Look at his team. So you take each one and they're all situational of what they have, the coaches that they have, and the players that they have. So all of it's different. So kudos to all of those guys and
Absolutely.
anybody playing the quarterback position because it's a hard position. It's a
Hmm.
hard position to play. And I know I saw Micah Parsons. He asked a fair question. Why is it always a quarterback that is the front runner when you start talking about MVPs? You got to have that outstanding athlete outside of that quarterback position that's just done something crazy because the quarterback is holding the ball every snap when they're out there. They're
Yeah.
involved in every play when they're out there. So is it fair? Should it be another category or something like that? I don't know. That's up to folks that are greater than us. But enough on that. Let's go ahead to and talk about Detroit and the Giants.
Well, we had this discussion, and I called that win. I didn't want to call it, but I did say that I thought that Detroit was a team that their record does not reflect the talent and how close they've been in games. And I felt like they had a good chance of giving you guys a loss. It happened to come through, but like, hey, you're gonna be shocked when I tell you my predictions this coming up. I'm telling you, Detroit is not messing around,
No, I've
folks.
I've said it before. Also, I agree with you on Detroit. Detroit, no disagreement there. I just thought my Giants played poorly too. So I can give Detroit some stuff, but then we're fumbling
Mm-hmm.
the ball. We got 2 interceptions, so you're giving the ball away, and those things hurt.
Yeah, Saquon.
Had we not had those turnovers, because we playing catch up, catch up, catch up, I think it would have been different. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. It didn't happen. Hats off to Detroit, 3 wins in a row. Darren, how you feel about Detroit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I was really shocked at that game, especially with the way they dominated. I know the score ended up looking like it was a lot closer, but it was a thorough beatdown that Detroit did. And the thing is, Detroit's been able to put up some points. I mean, what they put up 31, like you said, they won 3 games in a row. They beat Aaron Rodgers at home. And I know they got Buffalo coming up that we'll talk about in just a minute. But yeah, I was really surprised by how dominant they were over the New York Giants, because I thought Saquon, with this game being at home, I'm thinking this is going to be a standout game for Saquon. I figured he probably get see the end zone twice, and the fact
Yeah.
that, I mean, they held him
I
out the
did
end
as well.
zone, and
I
Well, they
did
yeah,
held
as well.
him. Yeah, he got like
yeah, they
no
had him in check.
yards.
Dude, he got
Yeah,
me
Yeah, we
5
lost a
fantasy
dude.
points.
Yeah, I mean, we lost a dude. And when I say throwing interceptions, so it's not just like Daniel Jones threw it. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson
Mm-hmm.
played a great game. We knew what he
yeah.
Absolutely.
looked like when he was
That
at
jump up.
Michigan.
Oh
So
my.
they did what they needed to do. We did not do what we needed to do. We got to take care of the ball, things like that. Had opportunities and didn't take advantage of it. I think we'll play a better game this week, but we'll get to that. Let's talk about the Eagles and the Colts. The Eagles pulled this one out, but 17-16, a little
Uh,
concerning even with the loss they had on Monday night. I think was it Monday night or Sunday night? Might have been Sunday night, but that loss to
Yeah.
Washington. Are you
Yeah.
concerned about the
well, it
Eagles?
was Sunday afternoon. The
I
Chiefs was
am.
Sunday Night Football, so yeah.
I am. I'm concerned about him.
Okay.
I don't like what I'm seeing. I mean, one of the pieces I think is that Dallas Goddard is out. You know, say what you want. I kind of feel like Dallas is to Jalen what Kelsey is to Pat. You know what I mean? When you got to have something at the end, Dallas has always been there, and I think they're missing him big time. And you're starting to see him struggle a little bit, and I don't know if it gets any easier for him this week.
I think the biggest struggle. I think the biggest struggle has been they haven't been able to stop the run, and I think that was
That too,
exposed. That was
absolutely.
In the
exposed,
Washington game.
yeah, and
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
the Texan game. It was the Texan game and then the Washington game, because the Texans were able to
Oh,
run the football on them on that Thursday night football game. So they were a little exposed there. They didn't clean it
mhm.
up, and Washington picked up on it. And so to me, that's the thing that they have to clean the most. Now they brought in Dominican Sue, I think, last week. So I wouldn't say he was going to be able to plug it and fix everything right away against the Colts, but they are going to be facing a lot of teams that can run the football. I know they face
Hmm.
the Titans, they face the Cowboys again. So, look, I think the thing that I like about what Philadelphia is doing is that they're addressing issues like right here, right now, and so they're not waiting. They're not waiting like some teams to. Well, okay, should we get Odell Beckham? No, if there's a piece that they feel like that they can plug in, they are one of the teams that are truly in the win right now mode, and that's what I like what they're doing,
Nothing
because they're
wrong with it.
trying to address their issues that they're currently facing right now.
Nothing
And that
wrong with it.
their offense wasn't overly impressive
Correct.
on Sunday. And
You've
I
been
know
saying
that
that,
they'll make
Linda.
those, yeah, they'll make those corrections. Their offense, it seems, has gone a little backwards to me from where they started, like that firepower at the beginning of the year. Now their secondary is still their secondary. They're shutting people down. Nobody's killing them in the secondary. But Darren, you spot on. They're running the ball. They've gotten, like you say, when Dominic Sue coming in, let's stop the run. What are we
Yeah.
doing? Let's stop the run. Like you said, address it head on. I like that.
Yeah, they
So I'm
brought
not
two
counting them out.
guys
I'm
in.
not really, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I said they brought two guys in,
Yeah.
and heck, it went like right in the beginning of the game. They got in there and got a sack, and I said, man, they making the moves.
There was a
They
couple of
really are.
uncharacteristic
I'm
things
worried
too that
about them.
happened.
I'm worried
Uh,
about them, but they're making moves.
Yeah,
But
I'm
I am
not.
worried
I
about
can't
them.
even say I'm worried about them yet. No, I think they're still going to hold on and do some things. I mean, it was like Sunday's game was just a little uncharacteristic. I'm not. I mean, you think about Jason Kelsey. I mean, this dude, come on, he's
No,
snapping the ball.
yeah,
He
he got
wanted to beat
snapped.
himself
Yeah,
up. Yeah, he had a
yeah,
bad snap. He don't
he
have a
put him in a
I mean,
bad
he got
position.
one bad snap and he pissed off. And
But I
that
Yeah.
will
dude
say,
is that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, who you
and,
telling?
And look, and I will say this: I think though you can tell the character of a team and how these players are around Jalen Hurts. You know, because look, hey,
Oh yeah.
when the chips were on the line, you know, what I'm saying 4th and 2, what would he do?
Hmm.
Ran that ball right into the end zone, untouched, helped them win the game. And you know, and
Yeah.
Yep.
players they rally. You know, and it's little things like that that players can rally around. Like we got our guy.
You see
That's
a
a leader.
brotherhood. You see it
It's a
Yeah,
on
leader.
defense and you see it on offense. That's why I say I'm not worried about them because
yeah.
and coach cocky as hell, but the coach is like,
Uh,
I got confidence in my guys, and we gonna fix this on to the next one. So I
And, and,
love it.
and,
I love it.
and one last thing before we go to break. I mean, you think about it. Look, they did suffer that loss against Washington, but those were self-imposed things that they, you know, of course, you know, the fumbles and the interceptions. I mean, those were things that
Exactly.
that were correctable because it was just things that they know that they don't normally do. That hey,
Yeah.
we take that out, we you know, boom, we turn around and do it. And so, you know, yeah, why they probably should have been 10-0. The fact that hey, that you know, sometimes there's a thing called a good loss, where that loss kind
Yeah.
of you know took that undefeated thing off of them. Now they can just focus
Now
on
just play
going one and
football.
zero.
Mm,
Yep,
I
1-0.
I want to say this one thing though. When I say I'm worried about them, I'm just saying I'm not. Their schedule is easy enough moving forward that
Oh, I don't know
you
about
don't
that
have
now.
to worry that much.
I don't think
I
Um,
ain't
it's
gonna. I ain't gonna
easy.
say. I don't say. I don't
it's
I
think
don't
it's
know why they
easy.
got an easy
Not with
I
schedule.
think
Tennessee.
I said
No.
easy enough. I ain't say easy enough. I think that you know that they're gonna be there at the end. But what I'm saying to you is that just in the beginning, like you used to say, they were scoring a lot of points and then not scoring in the second half. I'm worried about the numbers that they're putting up. That's what I mean by I'm a little
Yeah,
bit worried
they've been
about them.
putting them up though. I was worried early on, saying, "Hey, can they get numbers?" But they weren't. They're doing what they need to do to win. So
Yeah,
I
a
don't.
win is a
I
win
just
is a
got to see
win.
a
Don't get me
big.
wrong.
Yeah,
But
I just
also,
got to
hey,
see a big.
but remember what I mentioned now. I mean, they've been having trouble stopping the run. They've faced the Texans who ran the ball, the Commanders who ran the ball, the Colts had Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you know, the
That's what I'm
Packers, you know,
Taylor
the Packers hopefully, you know, what
is
I'm saying
back.
you know, for those of you all who want the you know who want the Cowboys to have a chance at this title, you know, hopefully they can get Aaron Jones involved in the run game. And then look, you still got to stop Derrick Henry in 2 weeks before going against Saquon, and you know, depending on how the Bears are with David Montgomery and Justin Fields, and then of course the Cowboys. So, I mean, so there's a lot. I mean, I know you said that their schedule gets easier. I just don't see how it gets any
Their schedule
easier.
don't get easier. I
Say
mean, they've
easy.
got
I
division,
say it's
and it
easy enough.
counts. Is division
I feel
games in
like
there that
they're
they have to win, and
yeah.
we
Of
just saw
course
them
they
lose
do.
a division game to Washington.
Yeah, but
I
I
don't think
think
the
that was
Giants are a walkover, and I don't think the
I think
Cowboys
that's
are a walkover. So, you
we'll
know, it could
see.
go either way. We'll see what's going on. But hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with these turkey games we're gonna talk about, and let's do our week 12 overall predictions. See you after the break.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna jump right into the turkey games on Thursday. First
Yeah.
game kicking off is the Bills versus the Lions. What's y'all's picks? I'm gonna start with you, Darren.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I know they're a 9.5 point favorite, and that's stuff like that kind of worries me when it's when the point spread is that big because it's kind of hard to gauge because this is the NFL versus college. And the way the Detroit Lions have been scoring the football, I think now. But I just heard that they're supposed to have like 6 starters that are out. So if that's the case, then Buffalo could potentially cover. But yeah, I like Buffalo to win this game.
Wait a minute.
Tanisha, who you?
Six starters out. We just heard that. You must have just heard that.
I mean, I heard it this morning. So yeah,
Which starters?
that part I don't know. They haven't they haven't,
Mm,
Okay,
they haven't
because
released it just yet.
I didn't see that. I kind of checked the injury report, and I didn't see that. So but anyway,
who-
I am gonna go with Buffalo for the win, and I'm gonna go with it being a very tight game, a something that Buffalo is getting used to, playing tight games. I don't think it's gonna be a walk. I don't think it's gonna be an easy victory at all. Armand Saint Brown You're talking about we got Jamal and Deontay Swift getting healthier and healthier every week now. Yes, I think they're gonna have some problems. I don't think it's an easy win. I'm still pissed off about them trading Hawkinson, but other than that, I think Buffalo's gonna win. I believe Buffalo's gonna pull it out, but I don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park at all.
Yeah.
Linda,
Huh?
didn't somebody say earlier that they were going to be shocked by their pick with Detroit?
Yeah.
I
They
did until you
they
just told me six. You
they
told me that
changed that.
six starters are out. So
Mhm.
and you don't know which six they are. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you with six
Uh,
starters out that Detroit is gonna beat Buffalo. It would have been hard
I
for them to
give
beat Buffalo with the whole squad
Yeah, I give
healthy.
Detroit a good chance with all of their starters, but I mean
Yeah,
to keep it close. I don't have them winning the game. I have Buffalo winning the game. I think Buffalo is in a place where they have got
they
to get
gotta
back on
win.
track because
They
they're
got
starting
to
to play. I mean, you're looking at them, they're in third
third.
place, or they might be tied for third now with that Jets loss. I'm not sure. But
Okay.
they may still be
Oof.
in third place, but it's I mean, I I I put everything that Buffalo's done or hasn't done behind me. That's a team with a
Mm-hmm.
great head
A
coach,
great.
great defensive coordinator, all of that. So to me, that's a team that can turn it around and they can pull it together. So I'm going to give Buffalo that win. The
Yep.
one after that, let's talk about it. Bengals
Ooh.
versus the Titans. This is a tricky game.
No, 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 no. We got the Giants and the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. You want to go to that one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to that one. Cowboys.
That's it.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah,
Uh,
Okay.
I think we keep the
Let's hear.
train rolling. I think we go over there and we hand you guys another loss. Y'all lost two in a row, right? I think we
Mhm.
give y'all a trifecta. Yeah, I think the Cowboys, but I do not believe it's gonna be an easy game. I believe y'all
there's
gonna
Okay.
show up to
another.
play. But what I do know is Dak, I think, is like 9-0 against y'all. I don't believe this week is gonna be anything different. I think he's gonna be 10-0 against the Giants come Sunday.
Yeah, when I look
Yeah, I
at
don't
this
care
Excuse me,
about.
game,
not Sunday, Thursday. No,
now,
no,
but it's funny
not
because
Thursday.
What you got there?
Thursday game.
when I look at this game, I mean, Cowboys are a 9.5 point favorite too, as well. But yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, it's hard for
That's
me
too
to
much.
see.
That's too
Yeah,
much.
it's hard for me to see a division matchup. And I mean, these teams. I'm not going to. And I don't know. I don't know if we're like just living in the moment because of what they just did to
Mhm.
Minnesota and what happened with the
Mm-hmm.
Giants. Because if that's the case, I mean, we saw what happened to the Cowboys just 2 weeks ago against Green Bay. I do believe the Cowboys win this game at home. I just don't. I just think that the Giants cover the 9.5 points, and because I mean,
Easily. I,
you know,
I I I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near
but
that.
look, but if they somehow build off what they did last week, I could easily see them, be blowing them out as well if they're not careful.
Mm,
What say you, Miss Linda?
we
I
getting
say
the
the
win.
Giants. I guess I give us an upset. I think the Giants clean everything up. They're pissed off about what happened last week, and I think the Cowboys are going to take them lightly because of the way they played last week and the way the Giants played last week, and that's to me that's going to play into the Giants' hands. So I'm going with the Giants. I'm going with a close game,
Hmm.
um, and I want a good game. But yeah,
You just want to win,
it's a lot
but
of and I do. I want. Yeah, of course, I want to win every week for us. But what I'm saying is, it's big implication. I mean, we may play it down, but them Thursday Thanksgiving Day games mean a lot,
oh
and
yeah,
both
you got
teams
Man,
have a
what,
lot of
hey,
pride
you
and
got
all
the
that
whole
other
country
stuff.
watching that game.
Yeah,
dude?
everybody watching them
I mean,
games, sitting around watching them.
last year, if I remember correctly, I think like 45 million people watched that Cowboys Raiders game. So yeah, I
But
mean, and then there's going to be Dallas, New York oh yeah, it's going to be
I
50
think
million people
I
watching.
think one of the things, and it may play in the Giants' favor, is everybody's like, okay, now we see the real Giants because
Oh,
they lost two in a row. So now we see the real Giants. They kept popping it up on the screen. Danny Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown or interception an interception since
since
week
we,
3. I mean, they
yeah,
wore that out all week. So I said, well, shit, he gonna get 2-3 on this game because they done put it, and it's in his
threw the
mind or
jinx out
whatever.
there.
They threw the jinx out there. Like they tried to throw the jinx out on Patrick, and then right
Yeah,
they
they
haven't lost
did.
in December, November, December. But I just think that if the Giants can control the game, and by controlling I mean time, you're not just three and out, and all that. I think it may wear because then Cowboys get a little anxious where they got to put points up. So we'll see what
Well, I
happens.
I
Mhm,
I love you. You know we
mhm,
gonna be on the phone together during this game. I know
mhm.
y'all. I'm no, no. I want y'all quick little thing, guys. I'm on the phone every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday with nothing but Giants fan. I think it's unnecessary roughness. But I will get the last laugh
Okay.
on Thursday. I'm gonna eat my turkey
Okay.
and I'm gonna crack them jokes. So
See,
trust
yeah,
and believe.
and that's the one
Trust and
thing, and
believe. It's
that's
coming,
another
baby.
reason I really
It's
want to
coming.
win because the Cowboys fans have no chill whatsoever. You have
No,
not
why
heard
would I?
any Giants fans
I'm not
talking
chilling
trash.
after no 40
They
to
go,
3.
they go
I'm
right
not doing
40
that.
to 3. They do all of that, and
I'm
then
not
they
doing
get
that.
to the playoffs, and you can't find a Giants fan on social. I mean, it's a Cowboys fan on social media or none of that stuff. Or if they on there, they got
Unnecessary
85
roughness. Don't do
excuses
that.
and all that other stuff.
Don't do that.
Us, we
Unnecessary
take it. We
roughness.
lost the game. We lost the game. Giant Cowboys fans, a million excuses why they lost. It's
Linda, I
L
done
or it's a
talked you
W.
off the cliff
That's that of
5
it.
times this year. What are
That's
you
right,
talking
because I
about?
don't have right. I didn't. I said it at the beginning of the season when we started doing picks. I had no idea what we looked like. Some of those guys that are out there catching passes and all that stuff, I don't even know who they are because we bring up so many people from
I
our
have to
practice
tell
squad.
your own players
Tony,
sometimes. That's
that's right.
pitiful.
Well, you didn't even know who some of them were. We couldn't even pronounce their names. Tony left. Now you got the Wandale. He's hurt. I mean,
Robinson. Wandale's on
yeah.
IR. We're gonna
It's
talk
like
about
the
that
only
too.
person I knew was Slayton. I knew Slayton. I
You
knew
know, Galladay.
Galladay, Matt Breida. I knew who he was, and Saquon. You start naming other people off of that team. I know the defense also, but you start naming these are guys that bring it up from the practice squad or just been lingering there, and now they have to play. And that's the one thing I like about the Giants too. We're kind of playing for the future. We're playing for now and the future, which every team, of course, is. But I think it's a little different for us because what we had is the expectations. Like I said last week, he's not looking down the road at I got to do this, I got to do that. It's like, okay, here's the next game. And right, take the name off the jersey or whoever the hell it is. It's the next game. So,
Gotcha.
I don't
But
see
I
us
will
playing
say
like we
this:
did last
I
week.
do owe you an apology because I do believe that your coach is he the real deal. I think
I like him.
I was wrong on that. So I
Yeah,
will
best
say
coach
that.
we've had in a while. Best coach we
Yeah.
have in a while. I really like him. Let's talk about what you got up here, Darren. New England Patriots and Minnesota Vikings.
Man, I think Minnesota bounced back. What? They not losing to New
Patriots got
England.
lucky last week. That was
You know what
ridiculous
I'm
what
saying?
happened
They
at the
not
end of
lose.
that
They
game.
not losing. They not losing to New England. I mean, I love Belichick. You know how he'll put that defense on you, have you out there seeing ghosts. But I think after the absolute mugging that Minnesota took, I think they're gonna bounce back, and New England gonna feel that. I
I think
really do.
I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that on that. I don't see New England. New England shouldn't have won last week, but we know what happened with
Yeah, that
the
run
Jets
back,
just look well that
pitiful,
and the Jets look terrible.
pitiful.
Wilson looked crazy.
Man, let's
Another
talk about
reason
that
he
press
won't be
conference.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we
we
talk
know
about
why he
that.
won't be starting this week. So
Yeah.
that's what you got there, Darren?
Mm.
Can't hear you, brother. You
You
muted
muted.
yourself.
I'm sorry. No, I got the Vikings bouncing back, winning this game against the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots can score enough points now. I think
Yeah.
last week was an aberration against the Dallas Cowboys, but I can't see one. Uh, the Boo Birds will come out early and often if Kirk Cousins, falls on his face in this game, and that's something that he cannot afford, especially if you're trying to. I mean, one,
Not
you're
on
seeded two
Thursday.
number right now. Yeah, I mean, you're seeded number two in the conference, so you need this win to at least stay up on the heels of the Philadelphia Eagles. So
They're gonna
I
kill him
like
anyway because they're gonna say he choked. If he chokes on
if you
Thursday,
lose it.
they're gonna kill him.
Yeah,
So
so
I
I
expect to
like.
see Kirk O'Thuggins.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going with the Vikings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we all can agree on that. What we got up
yeah,
next?
yeah. Kirk
I mean,
O'Thuggins.
we can. Well, I think Tanisha want to talk some NFL fantasy for the lovers, or we can go
Yeah,
straight to some more
it's
some
just
more
like
What you
predictions.
want to do? You want to talk? Well, what
let's do the
exciting games do we?
predictions first. Let's do the
Okay,
Yeah, let's
predictions first, and then
we
I'm
can
gonna hit
jump
okay,
them.
around. Who you got? Let's talk. No, I want to talk about the Packers and the Eagles.
okay. Well,
Okay.
Packers and Eagles. Okay, you want to go straight to that? Well, I mean, okay. Now so you going straight to Sunday Night Football? I like that. I like that in there.
Yeah, it don't matter when the game is played.
Um,
Mm,
Interesting
let's hear
because
it.
what the Packers they've lost 6, 7 games in a row now. I look, it's
Yeah,
hard for me
not
to
in a
see them
row.
lose.
Whoa,
No,
Packers? Packers? No, they
They
Well,
just
no,
just
I'm
beat
beat
the
the
saying yeah,
Cowboys
yeah,
and
yeah.
Cowboys.
They beat the Cowboys.
They beat the
Okay,
okay.
I was
Cowboys.
trying to see if I can get that past you, but I mean, for me, I like the Eagles. I just can't see the Packers going into. Well, no, I think they're hosting the Eagles, and I don't know, man. I think the Eagles are just too good. I think it's too strong.
I'm going with the Packers. I'm going
Really.
with the Packers. Yeah,
Are
I'm going
you?
with the upset. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you why. I like what I see with Christian. I like what I see with Watson, and it's something about when Cobb is on the field. Um, things just work smoother. Maybe he's helping the younger guys out. He's directing traffic that we don't see. But I don't think Aaron losing this game. I think Aaron gonna go in there and it's gonna be just what he need because he got that ego. Everybody thinking right now that Hurts is a MVP candidate. That team is, the team to beat. And I think Aaron goes in there. He hypes everybody up. They Lambo leaping their asses off up in there. So I really am. I'm going with the Packers on that one. And I hope all the numbers are bad because I'm betting that game. Yeah, I got the Packers winning that. Now, last time I said the Packers was gonna lose and stuff, you had that same look, Darren. And then what happened? Detroit put some on them. Now, when I tell you it's cheese on the moon, get your crack and follow me. I'm not gonna keep on doing this every week. You're not gonna be giving me them looks when I'm right all the time.
Oh,
Nope.
you're right all the time, huh?
All, well, 90%.
Oh,
90%.
okay. Because I was gonna
At
say,
least
because if that's
90.
the case, you can place my bets for me if that's the case. Yeah, that's what I
No,
need you to be
I
right.
come to you when it's time to bet. You know that. I come to you with them numbers and them stats. I come with you with that.
Who
Nah.
you got, Linda?
It ain't the Packers.
Hold on. So you mean to tell me a Giants fan is pulling for a division foe?
It's not pulling for. This
Oh,
has
okay,
nothing to do with
okay.
me who I'm pulling for or whatever. This is who I think is going to win the game. I think the Eagles are going to win the game. I like what I see from the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to win the game. Like we said, they haven't been doing stuff, and I think each week they're gonna. I think they're gonna stop Aaron Jones. Now I love what the Packers did in the last couple of games. I like what Watson was doing. He was killing. I mean, 5 touchdowns in 2 games. I mean, he
Yeah.
played a great game. I don't think, but that secondary of the Eagles is a different type of secondary. They are
Okay,
not the secondaries that they were going up against. So I'm going with the
I'm
Eagles.
just saying. You say you bleed blue, but that blue and yellow make green. I think you bleeding a little green over there, ain't you? I
No, it's
don't
not a
know.
matter. I'm not talking about who I like. I'm not talking about who I like on this. This is not what this is about. Who I favor. I'm talking
You
about
know
who
I'm
I think
messing
is going
with
to
you.
win the game. No, I'm good. I'm good
Yeah,
on
I
it.
know.
But I'm just saying this is let's be
Keep it
let's be
100. Keep it
realistic.
buck.
All right.
Keep it a
Keep it
buck.
100.
I,
Keep it
all right. I
100.
feel y'all. I don't want to
All
hear
right.
nothing. I don't want to hear nothing when them Packers win. Though I want y'all to come here and be like, Tanisha, you're the greatest. That's dirty. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, we playing now, huh? Okay, all right,
Personal
okay,
foul.
right.
Taunting.
Unnecessary roughness. Oh
There she go.
Lord, no
What's she
fouls
doing?
on the
What's she
play.
doing? What's she doing?
Pitiful, man,
All
pitiful.
right,
That's
hold
cute
on, hold
though,
on, hold on. Speaking about Pittsburgh quarterbacks, what about the New York Jets and the Chicago Bears?
dude.
Oh, he was this. I'm gonna give him this. I'm gonna give him this.
Right, you ain't boo him, didn't you?
I
You
did.
ain't him with the
And I'm
boo.
gonna tell you what, because I thought that was just terrible of what he stood up at the podium and said. It was like, really? And I don't look at stats. I don't do this. I don't do that. You on social media talking trash. You walking all tough and all that. Dude, own it. I have not seen any quarterback that has gone in there and when they say, hey, what do they do? A real quarterback or a real leader, a point guard, captain of a team, whatever sport it may be, say, hey, coach and quarterback are usually going to say, that's on me.
Absolutely.
And that's all he should have
It's
said.
almost pre-recorded. That's on me.
Yep. And
He
I
should have
Yeah.
think
walked
I
in.
think that's what pissed the coach off. Because after the game, the coach said, I haven't made any decisions on that. Right now he's our guy, whatever. When he said that, Robert Salado was like, he's out. And he
Yeah,
will not
you
be
know
the
what he
starter
said?
this week.
He
Yep.
said, do you think with the way that your defense played that you let him down?" And without hesitation, he said no.
Not once, but twice. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. And I
Yeah.
thought to myself, come on, man. I know that's gonna
What
make
an
you come
idiot.
on,
Right.
man. this week, you're gonna be like, come on, man. Like literally, you cannot do that as a leader. That team is rallying behind you, and for
what does
you
that
to
tell you?
sit
You
here
said a key
and
word,
not,
Tanisha. He's not a
yeah,
leader. He's
Linda,
not a leader.
I can't disagree with you on that because I haven't ever seen a franchise guy that's the head of a franchise walk in there and basically basically walk in there and say, well, hey, we good. They ain't had nothing to do, I'm good. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Dude, he completed
Yeah, that
9
was
passes, I think.
Yeah, but not to belabor the
that
point.
was
I'm
disappointing.
gonna go
Hmm.
with the Jets. I still think the Jets defensively, and because they made the quarterback sack, and I just read a report where Justin Field has a separated shoulder with
Notice,
He
some
does.
yes.
torn ligaments. So
Yeah,
I'm
he
not even
does.
sure. Knowing him, he
They
may
were
still
saying
try
it
to
could be,
play, but
yeah, they were reporting that could be season ending
Dude,
on
are you
for him.
serious? Is the
So
season ending?
they said it could be. It could
yeah,
Okay,
but
be
he
because I
said
didn't see him
he
hit the
season ending.
IR list today. I didn't see. I was
No.
no.
expecting him
He
to go
said
on the IR.
no, but what he did say is that he would need a painkiller on game day if he's able to go.
Nah, nah. You don't do
So
that with
I'm
that
I don't
talent.
think you risk
That's what I'm saying.
him.
That's too much talent.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't do that.
depending on they ain't going anywhere. I just don't think
so
you
I'm going with
risk
the
him. Maybe
Jets.
you shut him down. Yeah, I'm
But
going with the Jets
Michael White
also.
is going to be out there, so we could very well be seeing 2 backup quarterbacks, and in that
Could
case,
be.
it's a toss up. I mean, we
Yeah.
don't
I
really
still like the
know, but
Jets
I'll go.
defense though.
But I'm gonna go with the Jets because I like Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I like Garrett
All right,
Wilson.
let's hit. We're gonna hit some injuries, but let's hit one thing. We're gonna talk a little bit about what people should be doing in fantasy, Tanisha.
Okay.
Raiders versus Seahawks.
Ooh,
Hmm.
ooh, that's rough right
I
there,
like the
Linda.
Seahawks at home. I think that 12th man, the Raiders, you don't know which team you're going to get. They can have a 17-point lead and still blow it. So, Geno Smith, look, I mean, yeah, they lost
Yeah,
last
one.
week,
That's
but
one. That's one
yeah,
game.
that's what I'm saying. So I think so. I trust the Seahawks more than I trust the Raiders. So I'm going with the
Okay.
Seahawks in this game.
I'm with you
Okay.
on that too. I'm with you for that exact reason. I think he bounced back. He had his one game like everybody had one. They're gonna come back and they're gonna do what we've been seeing him do as a Seahawks. So I'm going with the Seahawks over there. Yeah,
I agree with y'all. No
yeah.
disagreement from me because I mean he put a nasty move. Devontae Adams put a nasty move on Patrick Surtain at the end of
What
that game.
did you see him
I was
spin him all the
like,
way around? I was like, where is he going?
He's too
wow, yeah,
little.
what?
He's too
Because
little.
I'm thinking to myself when
He,
because when you're watching it from television until you see that replay, you really don't know what happened. Because I'm thinking that's blown coverage. How is he
dude,
wide open? Now he just, but he's
dude,
that dude. He can put those moves on him, but oof.
Linda, he shook
But
him
then they were
so hard.
playing. Go ahead.
Excuse me, he shook him so hard he was almost out of screen. Like when they cut, that's why everybody was confused.
Yeah,
That's
like
why
how
he
did he
thought it
get
was
open?
long. He
But
shook him so hard he was out of the
it was
coverage
Denver, and
area.
it should have never got to that.
But
It should have never got to that. So
you
we
didn't
know what
think
they've
Denver
been
had a
doing.
chance though, Linda?
I did think they had a chance. That's why I said it should have never
Oh,
got
I
to
was about
that.
to say,
But then
okay,
um that goes back to them having to, like Melvin Gordon, right? So he's been,
cut,
come on,
waived.
they got some issues.
He's
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
waived.
Is it?
It's time for Latavius Murray to,
I mean,
they waived him.
yeah, he's got to shine. He's got to shine.
And
So I don't think that. Go ahead.
no,
What you got?
Chase Edmonds is on IR.
Right, right. I was having some power issues, of course. Forgot to plug up my power, so I didn't want to disappear on y'all.
Okay, I thought you was pausing a
All
little
right,
bit. I'm sorry.
let's jump up to some of these injuries. Like we're leading into it, right? So we got people hurt, we got people that got waived. Go ahead, Tanisha, jump in there.
Yeah, so I think the one that's gonna. So first of all, I love fantasy. I'm all about DraftKings. I'm all about everybody knows that about me. So I figure we gonna have y'all a little segment news that fantasy lovers can use. Okay, so
I ain't gonna lie. I don't
one,
know nothing about fantasy football. So I'm finna
dude,
learn me a
I'm
thing or
telling
two.
you, you are. Kyle Pitts is on IR. That's big. Most people have him rostered. Dude,
He hadn't
that's
done nothing
that's
much of the season anyway. So
he really hasn't. He really hasn't. He's been a whole disappointment, considering how much hype he had coming in. But sometimes it
but it
takes
could be the
those.
quarterback though. Could be the. I mean, you got Marcus Mariota, who's not known for
I
throwing the
think Marcus is
football a
doing
lot.
all right. Marcus is doing okay. You got Wandale, your guy Robinson. I
That
thought
that
that
hurt
showed a
us.
lot of promise. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he
that's
had
gonna
100
hurt y'all.
yards. He had 100 yards receiving last week, and for him to go down and he's done, his knee
Yeah,
that hurt a little bit. So
yeah, that's
concerning who's gonna step up, or like you always say, next man up. Let's see who that person is. Go ahead.
absolutely. And this next one though, CH going out. That I was shocked. Clyde Edwards-Helaire on IR. I didn't see that coming. I will say this though, Isaiah Pacheco is a refreshing drink. What?
Yeah,
That
I
first
like I
100
like I
yard
like
game
I
in.
don't want
Pacheco.
to think of a man like that when I've been in the locker
Yeah,
room. I don't
Oh
want
but
well,
I
to.
like
well, I
Pacheco,
don't
and I
need you to
like
do it. I just did it
McKinnon. I
for you.
know McKinnon had that fumble the other night, but I like
Yeah,
Pacheco.
yeah.
Pacheco, I think he's got to figure out how to channel that, because he
Oh,
going
he
there spinning
runs
and
angry.
bouncing and all that. Yeah, so
Oh yeah, he
it's some
angry.
of it
No, he
though.
run.
If people are watching
He
that,
runs angry and violent. I mean, that was the question. I literally asked him
I
a
loved it.
few weeks into the season. I was like, "It seems like you run violently," and which is, I mean, he's running with a head of steam, and and look,
I ain't mad
he's
at him.
trying to make it so to where people ain't trying to tackle him. So I like it.
Yeah,
no,
I
I
was.
get it. I just got concerned a little bit with all that spinning and all that stuff. But it's so much energy. Even after the run, it's like the dude is like, trying to get out of the gates, and then it's like two runs, and he's
And then
exhausted.
he's on the
Two runs,
sideline. And he is
exhausted.
dead
So
tired.
figure out how to channel that and pace it, but he's a rookie. He'll figure it out. And that's probably how he ran in college. So it's different. He's got that opportunity. And I can't imagine what's going through his body and through his mind. He's like pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. So I like what I saw, though. I really like what I saw. I get
Absolutely.
excited when he sees the ball. McKinnon, I was a little, I like
Mm-hmm.
McKinnon, always have.
Mm-hmm.
That fumble, that was just a good defensive play. That dude
I
came
mean,
in and nailed
and
the
it
ball and
happens.
punched it right in the spot. Yep.
I don't think McKinnon
But
hadn't fumbled since like 2017. Like I said, it's just one. I mean, I think he's shown that he can protect the ball, so that's a one-off. I'm not really worried about that at all. Um,
Who else should they be
Linda,
worried about with the fantasy?
well, I can't see Linda anymore, so I'm not sure what just popped out, but I'm hoping she pops back in. I know she's having some issues. But Melvin Gordon got waived, and not just him. Lambo.
He's been fumbling, but he's been fumbling a lot. So that was the reason why they let him go. They got tired of his
Well, I
fumbling,
mean, they let him go,
and they
but
also
Chase
said his
Edmonds.
backups.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds went
They
on
said his
IR.
backups were playing well.
Latavius Murray is, it's next man up. So Latavius is on there. Coming up, Tremaine Edmonds is out. For Buffalo. Dustin Hopkins is on IR, the kicker for the Chargers. So I mean, we got some people. Corey Clement is back. Corey Clement is actually back. He was signed by the Arizona, and he's on active roster after they got rid of Benjamin, which I
Yeah.
was actually shocked about that. I know Taco Charlton is up with the Bears, but I was actually shocked about Darrell Henderson getting waived. That kind of came as a surprise. I mean, he's not great, but it
yeah,
shocked me a little bit.
that surprised me too, Tanisha. It was like,
Yeah,
and he was their leading rusher for the team. So
but Cam
I read
Akers
something where
was.
the coach was saying it was his knee, but then his knee was fine. I
Mm,
didn't get that. If they're just trying to, I don't know what his salary is. I didn't look that up either. If that's just trying to clip some money. Hey, I apologize for that. I popped
no,
out.
no, no. It's
Thought
all
my
good.
power was
Things
good, so I'm
happen.
back. Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But that's the main stuff that you guys need to be checking out. I mean, you got the reason why I say that, because fantasy, you got a good opportunity. You can do some pickups on the waivers and everything. You should be looking at people like Jameis Williams coming back for Detroit. You should be starting to look for Odell. Starting to look at Deshaun Watson, who's back, who's going
Well,
to be
he got
inching back.
another few weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
got
gonna
to
be
come out.
Yep.
inching back in here. I mean, so those are things you just pick up. But yeah, I mean, I thought we'd throw that in there and just kind of let people know, hey, we got
Good
some
little touch.
people that fell out. All right, moving
Yep.
on. What we got now?
We
Let's
gonna
see.
go.
Well,
I'm gonna hit you with your.
What you gonna hit me with?
what you gonna hit her with?
I was going to say we're going to go ahead and jump into your closing thoughts, Tanisha. I
Well,
want to thank
no,
Darren for
no.
popping in
Hold
on
on.
us.
Now, before we do that, look, hold on. We can't carry on if we're not talking about the Chiefs. So, this
This
is
ain't
a
the can.
this is a
Yeah, we
no,
can
but this is
end without talking about the Chiefs,
but
because this ain't the Chiefs show.
but this is
This ain't the
but this
Kansas
is
City Chiefs
this
show.
is
I love the
this
Chiefs
is a
too, but this
rematch.
ain't the
But this
Kansas
is a
City.
rematch of the 2018 great game that the Rams and the Chiefs had. Of course, all the players
This
out there
ain't them
anymore.
teams ain't nowhere
That
near
team is
what they
nowhere to
were
be
then.
found.
So now
Poor
We'll have
golf is
this
on a
dream,
whole
man.
nother team.
But we
Cooper
got the
Cup
Yeah.
Chiefs
is
winning.
out. I'm
Hill,
going,
Hill,
Chiefs.
yeah.
Hill
If
ain't there.
anything, it's gonna
Yeah,
be a big disappointment to people. But I'm going Chiefs all day long on
Chiefs.
this one.
Yeah, there ain't
I
no
think
question.
Rice, their the backup quarterback. I think Stafford's still out. Cup is out. That's enough. As
Yeah,
far as
that's
I'm
enough.
concerned, Chiefs should be able to
And
knock
with
that off.
them being out, Darren, we want to thank you, and you can pop out as we do our closing thoughts.
Hey, I got better things to do. Okay, I got some bets. I got some bets to make.
I know you put up with us.
Nah, man,
No, I love Darren. Darren puts up
Absolutely.
with us
He
every week,
family
so we
man.
definitely,
Yeah, he good
we
people.
definitely appreciate everything that he does. We call him, we like, hey, we want to do a show. He's all over it. He got us
Absolutely.
covered. So
Anytime.
Darren, thank you for everything. He knows we just giving him a hard time. Like
Well,
he give
Linda,
us a hard time.
won't you start
No,
with
you
your
start.
closing thoughts?
No, you go ahead. Start with your closing thought.
Well, you know what?
Yours.
Mine is the news that came out about the 7 Michigan State players being charged for that little tunnel issue that they had. Let me just say this. You get to college, you're living your dream, you're out here, you're playing football, and you go back to doing what I consider flat out tomfoolery. You're jumping a guy in a tunnel. This is not a movie. This is not the project. This is not the hood. This is not anything like that. This is not a UFC bout. This is ridiculousness. And I think that they have thrown their futures away. And you have to sit back and think, was that worth it? Was it worth it? Everything that you've worked for your entire, up to date to get in there and have that and lose control to that degree where you are literally stumping out another player who's hurt, who couldn't even get away. The guy couldn't even run. I think he had knee surgery, or he was recovering from knee surgery. I was so disappointed in those Michigan State players. I hope that they learn from their mistakes. I believe in second chances. I would love to see those guys grow. I'd love to see those guys come out and apologize for what they did, for how they embarrassed that university that bet on them, and how they embarrassed probably their families, because I don't believe that those guys probably were raised that way, because they're all in college. All seem to be on a good path. So I'm hoping that they learn from this. I'm hoping that that young man that got stumped out in that tunnel is able to move on and doesn't carry any scars from that, and moves on and has a productive life when he gets back, from injury. But yeah, my closing thoughts is when you know better, you do better. I expect more from athletes. There's no place for that type of behavior in any kind of sports at all.
I agree with you. And my closing thoughts are also with the Virginia football team and those players that were killed and their families. Prayers to them. The Colorado club. I know I can't even get it out.
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Club shooting, that was just crazy. The Virginia Walmart shooting that happened today overnight. It's just sad. We got to get control. That these things are happening. These people need help. I'm of the ilk of live and let live. If it doesn't affect you, then why? And we're just taking lives. And then this young man or whatever, he killed himself. I don't know what these people are doing, but you go in there with a gun and you fire a gun. There's no turning back. It's not like you go in and you had a fist fight with somebody you were pissed off or whatever.
Nope.
It's disturbing. It's heartaching, for these parents, these families, their sisters, their brothers, cousins, or whoever it may be, to be losing. I don't care what time of year it is. I mean, Thanksgiving or whenever, it's never a good thing. And these mass shootings, all of this stuff is just really, it's really disturbing. It really breaks my heart. And we pray for all of the families and friends and those, that are affected by this. But with that, we just want to say to everybody, please have a safe and happy holiday. Enjoy your family. And as usual, Tinesha,
if we talking about it, you need to hear about it. And always,
hey, please remember, be kind, be blessed. It's free. Until next time, peace. Thank you for tuning in to Two Gems and a Mic. Be sure to subscribe and follow. Until next time, remember, be kind, be blessed. Peace.